Sony essentially took the same noise-canceling tech and put it into two different bodies to see what you value more, comfort or chaos. The WH-CH720N is built to be invisible. At 192 grams, it's the lightest noise-canceling headband Sony has ever made, designed specifically for people who hate the feeling of something heavy sitting on their skull for 4 hours. Then there's the ULT WEAR, which is built for the exact opposite. It has a dedicated hardware button that exists for one reason, to rattle your brain with bass. They use the same processor and block out the same world, but they feel like they were made for two different people. One is for the person who wants to be left alone with their music. The other is for the person who wants to be overwhelmed by it. If you pick the wrong one, you're either going to be annoyed by the extra weight or frustrated that your music feels thin. Both headphones run Sony's integrated processor V1 with dual noise sensor technology, the same hardware foundation that powers Sony's noise cancellation across multiple product lines. The dual sensors monitor ambient sound from inside and outside the ear cups and counteract it in real time. On paper, the hardware is equivalent. In practice, the ULT WEAR's ANC performance draws directly from Sony's 1000X series engineering, the same noise cancellation standard found in the WH-CH720N, which has been a benchmark in the category for years. Sony explicitly positions the ULT WEAR's ANC as carrying the signature of that award-winning line rather than a scaled-down interpretation. For buyers whose primary purchase driver is noise cancellation depth, on transit, in offices, during travel, the ULT WEAR's implementation has been validated against a higher reference point. The CH720N delivers effective noise cancellation appropriate for its price and weight class. It handles everyday ambient noise, office hum, light traffic, coffee shop background, reliably. It does not claim the same performance ceiling as the 1000X lineage. Edge Sony ULT WEAR on ANC depth and reference performance tier. The Sony WH-CH720N is tuned for natural, balanced sound. Vocals are clear, instruments are positioned accurately, and the digital sound enhancement engine processes compressed audio files to restore detail that streaming codecs remove. For a buyer who listens across genres and values accuracy over impact, the CH720N delivers a clean, honest representation of the recording that does not editorialize the music. The Sony ULT WEAR carries a dedicated ULT button on the headphone body. Press it once and the bass profile shifts into a powered enhancement mode that produces physical low-end impact, the kind of bass you feel as much as hear. The thermo-foam ear cushions that mold to the ear's contour contribute to the seal that makes that bass feel contained and intentional rather than loose. For a buyer who listens to hip-hop, electronic music, R&B, or any genre where sub-bass and low mid-range are the emotional core of the listening experience, the ULT button delivers a physical audio event that a balanced tuning headphone by design cannot match. Edge, Sony ULT WEAR, on bass impact and ULT mode. Sony WH-CH720N, on balanced tuning and accuracy. The Sony WH-CH720N weighs 192 grams, Sony's lightest wireless noise-canceling overhead headphone. That is not a small distinction. For a buyer who wears headphones for multiple consecutive hours, working from home, commuting an hour each way, long study sessions, all-day desk work, the difference between a 192-gram headphone and a heavier pair is felt starting around the 2-hour mark. Headband pressure and ear cup fatigue accumulate in proportion to weight and clamping force. The CH720N was engineered to delay that point as long as possible. The Sony ULT WEAR uses thermo-foam cushions that warm to body heat and mold to the individual ear's contour, a comfort technology that addresses cushion-to-ear interface fatigue rather than overall head weight. The thermo-foam is genuinely comfortable and receives consistent praise. The ULT WEAR is not a heavy headphone by category standards, but it is heavier than the CH720N, and buyers who have specifically sought out the lightest possible headphone for extended sessions should factor that in. Edge, Sony WH-CH720N, on weight and all-day wear comfort. The Sony WH-CH720N delivers 35 hours of playback, a meaningful battery ceiling for headphones used daily, a full workweek of 7-hour sessions without reaching for a cable. The quick charge delivers 1 hour of playback from 3 minutes of charging, which covers the moments when the battery is low right before leaving the house. The Sony ULT WEAR delivers 30 hours, still strong by any practical standard, but 5 hours less than the CH720N. The ULT WEAR's quick charge delivers 90 minutes of playback from a 3-minute charge, a more generous quick charge return than the CH720N's 1 hour. For buyers who frequently fast charge rather than fully charging overnight, the ULT WEAR's quick charge efficiency is a daily use advantage. Edge, Sony WH-CH720N, on total battery life. Sony ULT WEAR, on quick charge return. The Sony ULT WEAR includes a swivel fold design and a compact carry case, both features that the CH720N does not offer in the same packaged way. For a buyer who travels with their headphones regularly, the combination of a folding design and a dedicated case makes the ULT WEAR easier to pack without adding bulk to a bag. The case protects the headphones and signals that Sony designed the ULT WEAR with travel as a use case rather than purely desk use. The CH720N's lightweight design and low-profile build make it comfortable to carry without a case, simply hanging around the neck or folded in a bag. It is not fragile, but the absence of a dedicated case is a travel consideration. Edge, Sony ULT WEAR, on travel portability and included carry case. Both headphones use Sony's beamforming microphone technology for call performance. Precise voice isolation with wind noise reduction. The ULT WEAR adds a mesh structure around the microphone that specifically reduces wind interference, a practical improvement for calls taken outdoors or near HVAC systems. Both headphones support multi-point connection to 2 devices simultaneously. The ULT WEAR also includes intelligent wearing detection, a capacitive sensor that detects when headphones are removed from the ears and pauses playback automatically. When reseated, playback resumes. For buyers who frequently take the headphones on and off during the day, stepping away from a desk, having a quick conversation, this auto pause saves the manual button press for every interruption. The CH720N does not list equivalent wearing detection. Edge, Sony ULT WEAR, on wind-resistant mic and wearing detection. The CH720N's adaptive sound control is a feature that automatically detects the user's activity, sitting still, walking, commuting, and adjusts the balance between noise cancellation and ambient sound accordingly without requiring manual input. For a buyer who moves between environments throughout the day, this automation removes the decision about which listening mode to be in and makes the transition seamless. It is a convenience feature that rewards buyers who want the headphone to manage itself intelligently across a varied day. The ULT button's bass boost mode, while genuinely impressive for bass-forward listening, is not appropriate for every genre or every listening context. At higher ULT mode volumes, some music sounds processed rather than enhanced, particularly acoustic recordings, classical, or jazz where the low-end boost introduces frequencies that were not in the original mix. Buyers who listen across a wide variety of genres will likely spend time toggling the ULT button on and off rather than leaving it in one position. It is a mode, not a default, and some buyers will find the stock tuning sounds better for most of what they listen to. The Sony ULT WEAR wins this comparison, and the case is built on the categories that define a premium headphone experience rather than just a functional one. Noise cancellation at 1000x series performance levels. A dedicated bass boost mode that delivers physical low-end impact on demand. Thermo-foam cushions that mold to the ear. A swivel fold design with carry case for travelers. Wearing detection for automatic pause and resume. Wind-resistant microphone mesh for cleaner outdoor calls. At $148 to $150 on sale, the ULT WEAR delivers a headphone built around the features buyers actually choose headphones for. The Sony WH-CH720N at $95 to $99 is the right choice for one type of buyer, and it wins that category completely. Someone who wears headphones for 6 or more consecutive hours daily and needs the lightest possible overhead design to avoid fatigue, who values balanced accurate tuning over bass enhancement, and who charges overnight, making the 35-hour total battery more relevant than quick charge speed. For that buyer, the CH720N is one of the best headphones available at any price for all-day extended wear. But for the buyer who wants the better-sounding, better-equipped headphone, the ULT WEAR earns the comparison. Both headphones are linked in the description below. Check current pricing before you decide, since both regularly go on sale below their listed prices. Simple version. 6 or more hours of daily wear with all-day comfort as the priority. The CH720N wins that decision. Everything else, the ULT WEAR wins. If you want comparisons that protect your next purchase before you make it, hit subscribe. The ULT WEAR wins. Thanks for watching and hope it helped.